Hey everybody, Matt Hartman here again for Drunkard's Walk. Thanks so much for listening again this week. A big thank you to Jesse L.E. for our theme music, Nick Harmio for our artwork. A thank you to our guest this week and our guests every week. If you'd like to be one of those guests, go ahead and jump on our link tree. That's linktr.ee/drunkardswalk. Fill out the form there. It gives us a destination, and we will have you on as our guest. If you're liking what you're hearing, please give us a rating or review on iTunes, and enjoy the show.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting Drunkard's Walk, the podcast that you're listening to. That's right. This is the only podcast that you're listening to right now in stereo. And I moved my mouth around the microphone, so you should have gotten equal love in both your left and right ears. But another way to get equal love in your left and right ears is by having one person talk into each of them. And I can't do that by myself. So I need my venerable co-host Matt Hartman to join me in that endeavor.
Jethro.
Matt,
hi. Hey, buddy.
You want to talk into left ears or right ears?
Well,
pleasure?
Just to be clear, we don't really edit it in that way. We are going to be in both of their ears the whole time, so it's not a left or right situation.
I feel like you can slap some techno wizardry on it and make it happen.
Yeah, I would say that's probably, hey, maybe for season 10, maybe we'll celebrate the 10th season by splitting up our audio in that way, but I would doubt it because I'm not quite that proficient with
if we can get enough supporters on our Patreon, we will start delivering Drunkard's Walk podcast in stereo.
Well, it's in stereo. It's just that it's stereo for, like, you are in both and I am in both. So it's still stereo. It's just not, it's not cut up. It's not me in one ear and you in the other. That
feels, what's the point of having stereo if it's the same in each ear?
I don't know. I'm not really sure. And it's not like spatial sound, and it's not, we don't have sound effects and things zooming from far away and whatever. I mean, maybe we need to get into that. Really.
Well, I tell you what, if we can hit a critical mass on our Patreon, then we are going to hire a professional sound mixer who's going to soup up this joint and deliver all sorts of audio goodness into your ears.
I love it. Let's do that for sure. Yeah. What's the critical mass? Do you know?
It's written down. It's just like our guesses for the podcast. It's written down. Donors won't know until they give their money, and then we can reveal whether or not they hit it.
Perfect. I think that's a great idea. Well, I'm just excited to just be in anyone's ears, honestly, Jethro. We're coming close to the end of season 9 here. It's been an exciting one. It's been a lot of fun. You were talking about our guesses. I'm so excited about this episode, Jethro, because if I am able to win today, I believe I will actually take the lead for the season.
You will indeed.
Because last week we tied, which means it carries over to this week. And so there you go. We could see me go ahead with one episode left. Or maybe not. I mean, I could drop behind far enough that I can't possibly win. So, or we might tie again, and then we wouldn't know till next week. Oh, it's crazy.
Gosh. The stakes could not be higher.
It couldn't be. They really couldn't be. And I think that what's at stake here is either I owe you what I was supposed to pay you last season, or you get the external links back. Is the way that this works? Or wait, no, I lose both ways that way. Well, anyway, I don't really remember.
Yeah, I like this. So yeah. I'm sure it's in the archives. We'll just have to write to headquarters and find out.
I think the external links stay out, or I have to pay you what it was last time. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I don't remember.
There's no way for me to win the external links. Come on, yeah.
No, there is. Yeah, you could win the external links. If you win, you get the external links, and I owe you, right?
Yeah.
Versus if I win, the external links stay out, and I don't owe you. I think that's how it is.
It's a double. It's a double or nothing from last season.
Yeah, it's not double or nothing. That's not it. Okay, yeah, double or nothing. How's that sound? Sound good to you? Sounds good to me.
What's the matter? You didn't want to have that argument again?
No, I didn't at all. It has been an exciting first half of the month here, and the exciting first half of the first month of 2024. I can't imagine that anything too terribly exciting has actually occurred because we record this a little bit in advance. But if it has, boy, wasn't that something, Jethro?
Oh boy, those things that happened
Yeah.
between December 29th
Hmm.
and January 16th, let me
Yeah.
tell you, I could talk about them all day, but I'm not
Yeah.
going to.
No, you shouldn't, because we need to walk through Wikipedia from one, page. We're going to start at Viennetta, right? And then we're going to
Hmm.
walk off to who knows where using only the links on the pages and see how fast we can do it, man.
I love
Let's
it.
let's go. Let's just take off. Let's start on Viennetta and head off to our destination. How's
Let's
that
do it.
sound?
Well,
Yeah.
the one hitch in your plan, Matt,
What's
is
up?
that in order for us to have a destination, we need to have a guest who can
Oh.
provide it. And
Oh.
you and I are not guests. We are the
No.
permanent co-hosts of this
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah. 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 Any solutions? Any ideas, Jethro?
Well, we could ask the other guy on the Zoom call, Mr. Will Shulak.
Oh, great idea. Hey, Will.
Hey, 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 you guys need a suggestion, a way to a suggestion, and where there's a will, there's a way.
Oh, I see what
Man,
happened there. That
well, you
was.
certainly don't Shulak for wordplay about your name.
Oh boy.
Ooh, ooh.
Matt, make a pun about his middle name. Hurry, hurry, go.
It's
That's
Gabriel.
why. Oh, I didn't know I was gonna find out the actual name. It's like it's angelic in here. All of these awesome
Oh!
things we're doing.
I actually left my wings and my harp at the dry cleaner.
Oh, that's all right.
There you
I'll ring
go.
a bell and maybe you can get some more wings. How's that sound?
That's
Well,
how
thanks
it
for joining
works.
us, Will. Really appreciate
Yeah.
you being on here. You and Jethro know each other through no one's going to believe it. Improv, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, Jethro was my improv mate or troop mate. Yeah, which is crazy given how much more experience and life experience he has. I'm just
You can
a
you can say
little
old. You can say old, Will. You can say old.
No, I prefer the term experience because
Mhm.
when I first met you, I was scared shitless, and then I came to know you as a friend and mentor and somebody that I really respect and enjoy seeing, and it's been an amazing journey. And
What
I
the hell?
wouldn't.
How much have you paid this guy, Jethro? What the hell is this?
It's just like improv. I've paid him nothing.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, doing it for free. Well, that's fair. That's fair. He must
Yeah,
be happy.
Jethro actually makes me come to his house and wait at his bar
Oh,
and
okay.
bartend in order to be friends with him.
Exactly. Yeah. It's an internship
Just like
program to be
improv.
my
Yeah.
friend.
That seems reasonable. That seems reasonable. So where is it that you do this improvising together, Will?
We have done improv together at Planet Ant in Hamtramck,
Oh.
which is a really great nonprofit theater and art space. And we also are currently understudies on the Go Comedy short form, short form team. We do understudy training together, and they're slowly and surely putting us into shows. And hey, in a couple months, you might be able to see Jethro and I on the same stage doing short form bits.
Wow. Well, there you go, folks. If you're up in the Detroit region, get out there and you better check it out every week to find out because you never know what week it's going to
Yeah,
happen.
we're not
right?
going to tell you in advance.
No.
Oh yeah,
you
no.
shouldn't.
You just,
You shouldn't. Yeah, definitely don't do that.
Yeah, marketing is for amateurs.
yeah, this is kind of like you show up and we tell you. It's like an old
Mhm.
movie thing, like when they did the advent of cinema, and you'd pay a nickel and you'd go in and see a moving picture show. You didn't know what you were going to see, right, Jethro?
Oh, it's so true. Sometimes you might get run over by a train. Another time you might see a lady's gams.
What was
Who's
that
to
like,
say?
Jethro? Was that terrifying when you saw that train coming at you for the first time?
Yeah.
I tell you what, a lot of elderly folks in the theater had a heart attack. It was
Did they? Oh gosh.
they did in fact.
Wow. Geez, elderly at that point. I can't even imagine. Well, anyway. So Will, when you're not doing the funny make 'em ups with Jethro, where do people find you? Like, kind of, do you have a day gig, or do you do this as your full time job?
Oh, sadly, I need money to survive.
Mm-hmm.
That is my human flaw. So
Sure.
I actually do social media marketing strategy for an local agency, but I'm actually out of Chicago. So I
Oh.
work on a lot of consumer goods and snacks. and it's a blast. And I'm an avid comic book and action figure collector, and I love movies, and I love hanging out with my family and my mom, and yeah,
Wow. Well,
just
wait a
just
minute.
doing things.
I gotta go back there because you said you were an action figure collector, and
Yes.
I do a little bit of action figure collecting myself. What is your kind of what is your
Ooh.
forte? What are the action figures that you enjoy the most?
Ooh, so I love Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe Classified, and I've
Ooh.
gotten into a couple other things. I'll collect a teeny bit of this new Indiana Jones Adventure series line, but yeah, I mostly stick to G.I. Joe these days. What about you?
Nice, nice. Well, so primarily, you're going to find me in Star Wars, He-Man, or Transformers.
Mm.
Although I did recently just get a couple of the GI Joe Transformer crossover
Oh, those are
uh,
sweet.
that are just awesome. Yeah, I just
Was it the
actually got
Stalker
those.
one?
I got the hiss that is Megatron, that comes
Okay.
with Baroness, and
Mhm.
the GI Joe. What's the? I can't remember the name of the vehicle, but there's a vehicle that comes with Striker. I think was the action figure that came with it.
I actually, you brought up something I neglected to say. I do collect some Star Wars Black Series as well. I like the
Oh,
Mandalorian figures, not just the show, but like most Mandalorian Creed
nice,
people I enjoy.
nice, nice. Jethro, how about you? What action figures are you collecting these days?
Yeah.
Uh, I mostly collect nonfiction books
What?
about science and cognitive science and the history of science.
What do they transform into?
They transform into knowledge
Yes.
and a
Okay.
better
That's
appreciation of
important.
how the universe operates.
I
So
see.
that's
I see. All
that's my
right.
kink.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
that sounds cool too, or whatever. I don't know.
I'm just a different kind of nerd.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
That's fair.
you're not like Matt and I meeting up in Livonia police departments to buy his things like I did yesterday.
Wow.
No.
I don't go quite that far. I will be honest. I don't. I don't. I just the furthest that I've gone is onto eBay to get. I recently started getting all of the retro Star Wars figures. So they look like the ones from the like 70s and 80s, and they're
Oh,
like
the
the old
Kenner.
mold.
Yeah.
They're just retro, and they have these ones from New Hope, and they have two sets that you get. They had ones from Return of the Jedi. They had a couple sets you get, and then the ones from Empire they brought out for like, I don't know, a week and a half or something, and then they were just gone and on only on eBay, and they were just like, it was ridiculous. Anyway, that was
Do you
frustrating to me.
do you do commerce with Hasbro Pulse? They are
I do, absolutely,
the
yeah.
best and the worst.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And they had all the other ones. They just didn't have the ones from Empire for some reason. And well, they didn't actually. There's a couple Amazon exclusives too that they didn't have. But
Yeah.
anyway, I'm sorry. We're getting way off track here. Unless is that our destination? Is it action figures? Oh my God, Will, tell me it's action figures.
Sadly, no, but
Oh,
it is in nerddom.
mm. Well, tell us, man. Go ahead. Let's
Okay,
don't hold the suspense any longer.
so I actually picked one, and I didn't want it to be too obscure or weird because, spoiler alert, I drunkards walked myself as a sober walk earlier today.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
cool.
I had a carry out from Culver's, and I was sitting there with my food, and I was like, "Huh, I'm going to look at this." My friend Anish was the guest last week, so I knew what the suggestion was, just because I
Uh-huh.
didn't want to do something similar to him.
Yeah.
And so the what I chose is Comicsgate. Are either of you familiar with this?
No.
Comics Gate? No.
Yes. So it is an alt-right campaign that is in opposition to diversity and progressivism within the North American comic book industry.
Oh
So it
my.
is a bunch of these sad, angry nerds who around 2017 were like, we don't like what we're seeing with all these diversity in Star Wars and superhero comics and superhero movies. And they have like taken like Twitter attack campaigns, and some of them have even started their own publishing companies in result. And so I
What?
think it's fascinating. I think it's fascinating. It's disgusting. I do not in any way whatsoever endorse it, but I also just think it's really odd and interesting that it exists. So
it is
it
odd.
is, yeah. So I was looking in it and I actually tried to do a walk myself, and it
Okay.
was harder than I thought it would be. So I did come up with a backup just because this is a movement slash event rather than a specific thing, but it does have a
Oh,
Wikipedia.
I
So
Okay.
see.
that is my first one.
Well, I
I,
mean, Jethro, are
we only
we legally
we
bound to
only
take
get.
the first one?
I think we are. I
Yeah,
think
I think so
the oath
too.
of the podcast is we must take the first one. I'm thrilled that we get to spend our entire episode going to these horrible men and their horrible ideas.
I know. Oh, this is going to be crazy.
Uh,
Okay, so
are
and you
are
said
there
that.
any notable figures related to Comicsgate whose
Good
names we
question.
might know?
Good question.
Okay, Dave Sim, he invented Cerberus,
Okay, not
the
like the idea
anteater.
of Cerberus the dog.
No,
Okay.
it's an anteater. Ethan Van Sciver, he was a DC illustrator at some point. Um,
These are names that mean
mm,
nothing to me, so I
Not at all. Yeah.
okay, all right, good.
um,
Is
so
there any,
they mocked Ta-Nehisi Coates at one point, and they got in like Twitter spats with Larry Hama, I think, or they disavowed Larry Hama from G.I. Joe.
okay. Okay. Um And did they ever reach any kind of mainstream, like, because I don't remember this at all. So was there, you said 2017, was there ever any kind of like mainstream coverage of it in any way? Did they like protest somewhere, or was it all online just throughout the pages of Reddit?
Yeah, it is a very Twitter and YouTube thing. That's
Okay.
why I have a second suggestion, is I thought it might be too obscure.
No, I mean, look, we love a challenge, right, Jethro?
Absolutely. I
Now
love
this,
it.
the content here, I agree. Do not do not agree with or buy into any of this, but I don't know. I think it's going to be an interesting walk to try to get to this thing. Jethro, do
Yeah.
you agree?
Yeah, I totally agree. I guess, was there a precipitating event, like
Hmm.
this was done in reaction to, the release of X media or Y media, that it was
Got to be
uh,
Last Jedi, right?
Okay.
uh
There was a female superhero called Mockingbird, and she was
Oh,
depicted on a cover, and she had a shirt that said "Ask me about my feminist agenda," and there was harassment on Twitter that followed, with the writer Chelsea Kane being harassed.
okay.
got it. Was this related to Gamergate? It feels
Yes,
early. Like this feels later than that, but
this is like in lieu inspired by Gamergate.
got it. Okay, okay. Because it sounds
Another
like a very
interesting,
similar type of thing.
yes, exactly. Another really interesting caveat, which is fucked up and morbid, but also ironic. One of the spokesperson of this movement, Ethan Van Sciver, he tried to bring legitimacy to his cause by getting a fellow veteran comic book artist, Dave Sim, who's the creator of Cerberus, had previously mentioned,
Hmm.
to draw one of his comics to be like, look, like this other comic veteran like supports our cause and is going to create this thing with me. And then he had to abandon the project because people brought up the fact that Dave Sim had in the 90s been in a relationship with a 14-year-old girl.
Huh.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
Yeah,
Hey,
Lord.
these guys are just
Oh.
outstanding citizens.
they're attracting the best and brightest, aren't they? Eesh.
Wait. Was was he also 14 at the time?
No, he was a
Oh,
grown man, I believe.
damn.
I think he waited to
Thought we had a way out
engage.
for a second.
He engaged, waited to engage in things until he was until she was I believe 21, but he was like accused heavily of grooming, and
What a saint.
Even Ethan Van
What a
Sciver said, "Yeah, I can't work with this guy." So
Huh.
what what shocking information that this alt-right jerk squad did horrible things. Oh
Mm-hmm.
no.
Mm-hmm. No, it is surprising.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay. Well, this is gonna be something, Jethro. This is gonna be a challenge for sure. And it's no Chex Quest. That's what I would say. But
Yeah,
we'll I mean, this almost sounds like on par with Guido de Montefeltro. I mean, it's
it
that
really
level
does. Yeah, I'm sure that if Dante Alighieri were writing the Inferno in modern times, that these guys would be in one of the circles of hell. But
That's it. That's absolutely it. Well, this is going to be, like I say, this is going to be a challenge. I'm excited to try to get there, though, for the challenge part of it. Not, as Jethro said, not super excited at what we'll probably have to go through in order to get there, but we'll find a way, and probably have some sort of scathing commentary along the way, Jethro. I would assume.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, and again, not that we're allowed to take it or anything, what would your backup have been?
Okay. My backup was the Jewish folklore term of Dibuk. It is a spirit who often, it is like a spirit that is in limbo that is like often possessing a body or form. And
Okay.
another creepy thing about the Dibuk that I didn't know is that they often are male spirits possessed, who possess women on the eve of their weddings, and they typically enter the woman through their sexual organs.
Wow.
But that is not how I personally was introduced to Dibuk.
No. No.
It was in the movie A Serious Man by the Coen brothers. There's
yes.
Introduction with a Dibuk in the beginning of the film, like an old shtetl folklore tale.
My only connection to D-Book it comes from Waiting for Guffman, in which Eugene Levy's character is talking about his great grandfather's theater career, and he apparently starred in a review called Dybbuk Schmibbuk, I Want More Ham. And that is my sole point of reference for the D-Book.
Well, we'll just have to have you back on again, Will. I mean, that's all there is to it, because
absolutely.
obviously that's also incredible. But this is So we can't take it anyway, at least not now, but maybe later. Maybe.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to have a backup in case Jethro threw his hands up and said, "Oh, I agree with Comicsgate. I don't like diverse Spider-Man either."
I'm totally red pilled. I'm all in favor of what these heroes are doing to free America.
Yeah, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something controversial. Miles Morales is the best Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yeah. When are you going to say something controversial?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't.
That was just in case any comics gators were listening.
Here's the thing. If they are, they can tune out now, because they're not going to enjoy what they're about to hear, because we're not going to be kind to those particular folks. But what we do, I mean, we do have to kind of get on the walk here, and I'm guessing it's going to be a longer one, so we should get moving. But before we do, I do want to find out, Will, are you having a drink tonight? Oftentimes we have a little drink as we're walking.
Yeah, I am double fisting. I have my hydro flask in one hand and a little shooter of Bullet Bourbon Frontier whiskey, because I am all in for the drunkard's walk culture. And while I don't have stakes, it is only behooving myself to have some bourbon on hand.
Wonderful.
There you go. Wise choice. Jethro, how about yourself?
I'm having a delightful glass of Kirkland boxed Pinot Grigio for my Costco, so I'm enjoying that again.
That's amazing.
And it is. And you, sir?
Well, I am. I'm having another one of the little bottles that my wife got for me for my birthday. This particular one is Abasolo, and Abasolo is a whiskey from Mexico. It's made from corn, and it's 100% ancestral corn, is what the bottle tells me. And it is tasty. It is tasty. I was reading about it earlier. It says it has hints of the taste of leather in it. And you know what? It does.
Wow. Mm-hmm. I love some leather in my bourbon.
Honey, some vanilla, and some leather in there. I think it's kind of one of those things that I didn't taste it at first, but once I read the word, I was like, oh, I do kind of taste what leather smells like in this.
A leathery appeal.
It's true. It's true, and I like it. Actually, I like it quite a bit. I don't know what that says about me that I like the taste of leather, but it is good. So there you go. I think we've done
Good
it.
deal.
Yeah. Well,
Cool.
Will, thank you so much for coming on again, and thank you for this. I mean, hate-filled suggestion. We we totally appreciate a challenge, and I think this will be one.
Okay,
There we go.
thank you, gentlemen, so much, and enjoy that walk.
We will do it.
We'll do.
Take care.
Cheers. Now, Matt, we've got to write down our guesses.
Oh, we do. We definitely
And
do.
I'm gonna game the system by writing down a ridiculously low number.
Okay. Is
'Cause
that how you game the system?
That's I'm in your mind now.
Okay. It's not like closest without going over, right? It's not like Price is Right.
Oh,
It's just
$1.
closest. Okay.
$1.
You can write that down. Go ahead, write down $1. See what happens. All right. I have my guess written down, and I'm ready to go, man. From Viennetta to Comicsgate. And for those that didn't listen last week, perhaps you didn't know that Viennetta is a British brand of ice cream dessert made by Unilever and sold under the various Heart brand brands around the world.
Okay, then.
It's ice cream. It's ice cream, and I'll tell you what, it's a little tiny page.
The very tiniest page. One of the shortest number of links on any page we've ever tried to get out of.
I think that might be right. I think that let's see, how many do we have on here? Well, I don't know. There's at least 10 links on here. I think we've been on pages with less. But they are few and far between. Unilever is one of them. Ice cream is one of them. Compound chocolate is one of them. So there you go. If you need a compound chocolate, but yeah, go ahead. Say it.
I see links to KFC and Pizza Hut.
Yeah, those are the ones that to me look the most interesting for our way out, because if we're going to be getting into comic books or I think Gamergate might be a good path. I think also Watergate could be a path here, because I think there might be that whole like all
Blank
the
gate?
things that are called gates kind of link off of there.
There could be, but is that going to be an external link, which is forbidden?
Oh, no, I think it would be in the article. I think there would be something in the article, or maybe it would be under the disambiguation or something. There's so many things that have gate put after them only because Watergate happened to be the name of the hotel. Like, it's so weird.
So are you seeing something that gets us towards Watergate?
No. It just occurred to me while we were talking about it that it might be a thing that if at some point we see that path, it might be a way to go. No, I don't see anything here that gets us to Watergate.
That's what I was confused. Like, did G. Gordon Liddy get a bucket of extra crispy before Watergate?
Actually, no, he wouldn't have, because at that point they only had original recipe. They didn't have extra crispy.
There you go. All right.
But I think Pizza Hut or KFC is a good path. I think that there are probably video game outs through KFC and Pizza Hut, if not comic book outs, just from their various marketing and things that they did. And so that would be my suggestion, is to go through one of them, unless you want to go through something very broad like ice cream, because maybe it's a large page and might take us places. So
but we've been through ice cream to get here, didn't we?
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like so. Let me ask a point of order here, and this will be a question that I don't believe has yet been aired on the Drunkard's Walk podcast in all of our 9 seasons.
Oh, this should be good.
So because this is such a short page, I'm scrambling for something that looks like it has any kind of promise whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm under the references section, which is not external links, but is references is the section name. Now, there are a lot of external links here, and they have that lovely little arrow in a box icon that shows, hey, this is taking you outside of Wikipedia.
Right.
But reference number 5 is Breyer's Viennetta commercial from March 26, 1996. And it has after it YouTube listed. And if you hover over that YouTube link, it is a link to the Wikipedia page on YouTube.
It is. You're right. I see that.
And when Will mentioned this as like, oh, this was like a social media and YouTube thing, we could, if you permit the use of a references link that takes us inside Wikipedia, this could get us a lot closer, a lot faster, because YouTube hosts all sorts of terrible things. But I think that might be something worth considering. What are your thoughts?
So initially, my initial instinct was to say, yeah, I think that's fine. Here's the only argument I'm going to make against it. And if you feel like, nope, we should definitely still do it, then I will go. My only argument against it is that link to YouTube does not refer in any way to the information that is in this article about the Viennetta. It is completely related to the fact that this commercial can be found on YouTube. Now, if you feel like that's a close enough connection, I will follow you out. But that is the argument that I'm going to make against it, and just see what you have to say.
Yeah. I mean, I think you bring up an interesting point, but I also think that your first inkling was to agree and say, yeah.
I mean, if you think that that's fair, if you think it is fair to go to this YouTube link that has nothing to do with Viennetta and isn't in the actual article itself,
fair?
I will follow it. If you think it's fair, I will follow it. Can you tell me that it is fair?
It's an internal. You're the one who's coming up with all these.
It's simply
you're coming up with all these rules about why we
can't.
Does it
feel in the letter of? Does it feel in the spirit of the law to you?
Everything feels within the spirit. I'm the one who thinks that everything is permitted. Like if it is a link to a Wikipedia page that exists on this page, I think it's fair game. You're the one who's throwing up all these rules and objections. So
hey, man, I just wanted to give you the chance to do the right thing. You've decided to go the other way, so we'll follow it. We'll follow. I told you I would, so we will follow it. You want to go YouTube?
But only after you insert a. And the only reason you're willing to let me quote do the wrong thing here is because you know that we'll have a goddamn long walk without it.
I don't know that for sure. I do think that we could probably get there through like a Pizza KFC type of thing, but I don't know that for sure. And YouTube, you're right, will be a much quicker walk. There's no doubt. And I will do it. As I said, I told you I would, and I will. We have gone to YouTube before in the past, but that's okay because we have gone back to pages that we've been at before. So let's do it. Let's go to YouTube. Are we doing it? Are we clicking?
You know what? No. What? No. What? We're not going. And I tell you why. Matt.
Okay.
Because I want you to be forced to live by your persnickety puritanical rules and not have the easy out that you would deny the rest of us in a guilt-free way. You just had to push the point that it wasn't the right thing to do. And I feel like your poo-pooism has stood too long unchallenged. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to force you to live by the ridiculous arbitrary standard that you set for everyone else. And I'm going to say, we can't use that link for this one because I just think your rules are dumb. And the only way you're going to learn that your rules are dumb is if you're forced to live by them.
Okay. So I get my way is what you're saying.
In the short term, yes, you do.
That sounds great.
All right. So what do you like? I like KFC or Pizza Hut because I think that gets us into the broader culture.
Yes.
I don't have a strong preference between either one. I did work at Pizza Hut.
I would go with Pizza Hut over KFC personally.
All right, let's do it. Pizza Hut it is.
All right. This is shocking. I thought for sure we were going to be going to YouTube, but hey, you pulled a 180 on me, and I appreciate you keeping me guessing.
There you go.
I love it. All right, so we've got PepsiCo obviously linked on here very quickly, and they still own them. Used to own them. I don't know if they still own them or not, but no, isn't there what happened to Yum Brands? You remember Yum Brands? Wasn't that a thing?
It's like the fourth link in the article.
Oh, is it? Okay, so there you go. So
it is owned by Yum Brands. So there they are.
So there you go. And that was like it somehow branched off from the PepsiCo or something like that. I don't know. Let's see what we've got here.
We got Pro Football Hall of Fame.
I see it. Well, I see NFL is on here. The National Football League is on here. Bill Parcells is on here as well. Bill Parcells, which one's he? Is he the?
I want to say Giants. Was he Giants?
Okay, yeah.
I could be wrong.
No, I was
New
thinking
York Giants,
of
1983 to 1990. Yeah.
I was thinking of Belichick. I was going to go. Oh wait, maybe we got Deflategate, and we can get from Deflategate Comic Gate, but no, it's a different.
Well, we can get to National Football League, so
Well,
that
that's
could
true.
get us
Yeah, that's true.
theoretically in there.
I don't know if they are actually connected in any way though, so it feels weird. I was recently in Portugal and had some Pizza Hut in Portugal, and
how was it?
It was way better than the Pizza Hut here. So I got to say, they know what they're doing over there. Had some chorizo on that. It was great.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. That's what I do. I go to foreign countries and I eat the food that you can get here, but it's always better. It's always better.
Because it's made by people who make a living wage. So
yeah, that's probably part of it. Yep. I see Beyond Meat linked on here. I see Game of the Century. Oh, but that's a college football game, so never mind. It's not like a game. Back to the Future Part 2 is on here. Saturday Night Live. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, as is NES.
Okay.
So that's some opportunities. PlayStation Network, Xbox Live, Crazy Taxi, PlayStation, all of these are on here. So if we wanted to try to get to Gamergate, if we thought that would get us into Comic Gate.
Man, you were zooming a lot faster. I'm just catching up to Beyond Meat.
Oh yeah. The Muppets are on here.
Oh, here we go. Rush Limbaugh is linked.
Oh,
now,
gosh.
if you want to get into right-wing nutjob conspiracy theories, Rush Limbaugh is the golden door to that world.
You're right. I saw that and I just glossed right past it because I was like, well, I don't want to go to that. But that probably isn't terrible. I wanted to go through like some other fun way.
No, our destination is terrible. So
yeah, I know.
We got to go through horrible people and make fun of them.
I was hoping we could just get through like comics or comic books or like I said, through games or gaming into Gamergate. But you're right. That probably is the best. Ugh, God, do I not ever? I really don't. Ugh.
But Matt,
oh wait, Donald Trump is on here too. Donald Trump is linked on this page.
Okay. At least Rush Limbaugh is dead. Come on. Kick a man while he's down. We don't have to think about the future harm that Rush Limbaugh can do to the country. Whereas with Donald Trump, that's a very real possibility.
But the thing is, Donald Trump was president when this all happened, right? So
yeah, maybe. But the list of bad things that Donald Trump has done is quite long.
So is Rush Limbaugh's list.
Yeah, I get that. But at least Rush Limbaugh is a threat that we have outlived.
Yeah,
so there's
fair.
Safety
that's
of
fair. I read that. You ever read that book? You ever read that Al Franken book?
Rush Limbaugh is a big fat idiot.
Yeah.
I don't believe that I have.
I remember reading that back in high school. It was great. Yeah. It was great. Or maybe college. Maybe it was early college. Okay. Well, you think that's the way to go then? You think we should go through Rush?
I do.
Oh, good Lord. All right. Well, it's not a place I wanted to go to, but I have a tough time arguing it. So
all right, we get it. You're
okay, I see him.
Pure. You're too good.
No, that's not about. That's not what it's about. It's about. I'm just not sure what I'm going to read on this page. I don't know if I want to.
Well, I went to Texas A&M University, which is a conservative school in College Station, Texas, and when I went there in the early to mid 90s, there were a lot of folks who listened to Rush Limbaugh, and I was introduced to him for the first time there, and I heard some of his shows, and I was like, oh, this guy's an asshole. Yeah, he's just a jerk.
Yeah.
And it, like, there was, because there, like, I'm a liberal guy, but there are conservative intellectuals who I read and who I think, oh, these people, like, I read George Will, or William F. Buckley or something. Like, there are conservative thinkers who I think are worthy of reading to challenge my perspective. But Rush Limbaugh ain't one of them. He's just a bully and a jerk and a thug, like a lot of these morons. So yeah,
I didn't know this. He was in a nighttime position at KQV in Pittsburgh.
Was he now?
And he became a lifelong fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Good for him.
God.
He was at WIXZ, a top 40 station in McKeesport, Pennsylvania.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. So Pittsburgh roots there.
Yeah,
So it's
great.
Pittsburgh's fault, is what I'm hearing.
I don't think that that's what's happening here. He's not from Pittsburgh. He was born in where?
Pittsburgh gave him a start. We wouldn't have Rush Limbaugh without
Cape
Pittsburgh.
Girardeau. Cape Girardeau is where he was born. Listen, I do see a link here for feminism.
Okay.
Well, that's what this whole thing is about. Or it was the thing that started it, right? Was a comic book cover that had a reference to feminism. So I feel like feminism might be a good path out of here, and a much better place to go than all of this other garbage that's on there.
You, Matt, you need to embrace the fact that we're going to a terrible place. You just need to embrace that, because we're never going to get to our destination if you clutch your pearls every time we've got to go through an unseemly page to get there.
I think I can clutch my pearls anytime I please, sir.
Okay, all right. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. There's definitely a feminism link, but above that, and I'm surprised that you didn't mention it, there are links to Star Wars properties, and Hoth, Star Wars, Lando Calrissian, Cloud City.
That's actually further down. I was talking about the feminism link that was up near the beginning.
Yeah.
I do see the ones
you're so many
at
links
now.
There's so many feminism links on Rush Limbaugh's page.
Yeah, oddly enough. No, I see what you're talking about. They've got Blue Harvest and the Family Guy, and all sorts of stuff like that reference. So
yeah, this is just in listing. So under the views section, it has like headers of all of the different terrible shit that he said. And you can guess, without having heard any of the actual statements, under the views section it has race, taxes, LGBT and AIDS, sexual consent. And it just keeps going. It is amazing that this guy was like on the wrong side of literally every issue.
Yeah, it's true. I see that there's a feminism section there that has a link to the 2017 Women's March. Do you think that would have a quick connection in any way?
Possibly. Like, I guess I don't know how big Comicsgate got.
Yeah, me neither.
In terms of like where it is. There is a section under Barack Obama and conspiracy theories.
I see that.
Which theoretically could get around that area. I'm scrolling desperately. There's a ton of links on this page.
There is. This is a super long page, an upsettingly long page, as a matter of fact. But I do see a lot of there's a whole Donald Trump section here too, which of course is ridiculous. I don't see. I don't see anything specifically relating. Obviously, oh wait, Rush Limbaugh's a big fat idiot. And other observations. There it is.
Yeah,
there's the book I was talking about.
Okay, all right. So I have a suggestion that you're not going to like, and you're not going to like it a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. What is it?
So there is a link to the Christchurch mosque shootings.
Oh, yeah. Nope. I don't like that at all.
Is something nobody does. Only bad people like that. But that was an online. It was fueled by a lot of like 4chan and 8chan online bullshit by these red pill idiots who were enthusiastic about that type of thing. And the same type of person who was obsessed with that is probably on the wrong side of this Comicsgate thing. So that is a possibility for us, because it's also in the right general amount of time, like calendar wise, because that was in March of 2019. So
yeah,
I know you don't. I know you don't want to go there. I know you want other options, but these are terrible people with terrible beliefs that is our destination. So we're going to get dirty on the way there.
I agree with you. I do think that is not going to be the best path, and the reason behind that is that is those. Well, I'm not going to say that there's not an overlap between the groups of people, but that is more related to religious issues and not the types of issues that these folks...
more Islamophobia than sexism?
Yes, essentially. Yes, that's it. Not to put too fine a point on it, that's exactly what I'm saying. So my feeling is that we can avoid that because it's not going to get us there any more quickly than going through, say, feminism or through the Women's March, or there was something else on here that I just saw, and now I've Children's Book Council potentially. Gosh, there was another one, and now I've lost it. Black Lives Matter, I thought maybe might be a good path. Because but that feels like race more than feminism too, so maybe not. It might be the same problem. Yeah, I feel like there's better paths to take, and things that aren't as going to be as upsetting as that.
That's fair.
So I would like to try to go through them.
Where was the Women's March link that you mentioned?
It is under feminism. It's a section called feminism right above abortion and below environmental issues.
Okay.
Boy,
all right then. So it's in the views section.
It is in the views section.
Okay.
And feminism.
2017 Women's March.
Yes.
Yeah.
So possibly that, but I think maybe feminism itself might actually be a better path than the Women's March, because the Women's March took place in January of 2017, and so my guess is this took place after that. And so it may not be connected, although we could probably get to feminism from the Women's March. Versus...
Yeah, my only challenge with feminism is that it is a total lie that is bent on emasculating men. No, just kidding. My problem with feminism, the article as a link in this podcast, is that it's just such a broad topic. No pun intended. Oh God, I'm getting in trouble. Here we go.
Yeah, you're in trouble now.
This is our last episode, I want to say. I didn't know you could have negative dollars on the Patreon, but they're stacking up right now. But feminism is so such a large umbrella topic that I don't know. Like, it's probably going to take us another link or two to get to something specific enough to be connected with Gamergate or Comicsgate. Excuse me.
Let me ask you this: is the term woke on here anywhere? Because I feel like that would be a real good way in, because that's what they that's what the right is often calling people who are aware of what is actually wrong in the world.
Yeah.
So is that term on here anywhere? The GameStop short squeeze is on here.
Yeah, I don't
Did you
know
see anything like that? No,
like,
nothing.
When did he die?
Because
I feel like
it was after 2020.
Okay, yeah. So I feel like woke started to be used as a slur by people on the right describing people on the left, like after George Floyd was killed. So that would be like mid 2020, right?
Okay. Yeah. And he died. He died in 2021, February
2021.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like, don't get me wrong. Like, George Limbaugh totally would have used woke as a slur.
George Limbaugh.
Against, Rush Limbaugh would have totally used woke as a slur about people on the left. But I just don't know that he lived long enough to participate in that cultural trend.
Okay. All right. So you feel like the Women's March is better than feminism is what I'm hearing for a link out of here. Not better from a judgment point.
But I'm open to it. Now,
I think feminism might be better only because it'll be a bigger page. I think the 2017 Women's March might wind up being a shorter page because it's a specific event that took place. It's a specific thing versus feminism, which is a much broader category, which you were saying was bad earlier, but I think it might be better.
All right. Now, let me ask you this. On the right-hand panel over here is a section for conservatism in the United States.
Okay.
And there are sections under that, like media, other organization, variants and movements, and see also, that might have prominent recognizable people and or events that could theoretically be of interest to us.
Yeah, I did not I didn't show any of those, but now I am looking at them and I agree. There might be some good things on here. Not sure what they would be, but do you know, like, Was there a group? Did we hear like a name of a group of any kind for these people?
Um, I think it was just Comicsgate.
Because there's a
He
whole
he mentioned
other
he mentioned
organizations
like
thing here.
Dave Sim and Ethan Van Sciver.
No, yeah, I meant names like a name of a group because
No,
there's an other organizations thing and it's might have
yeah,
been
yeah.
something good, but I don't see any of that. Um, I do see, yeah, there's intellectuals, politicians, jurists, principals, um, family values. Could that be? No, it wouldn't really be. American
All right, all
exceptionalism,
right.
something like
There's
that.
a link to Alex Jones here.
Okay. Why do you want to go to Alex Jones? We have no idea. He's not related to this any more than Rush Limbaugh is.
Alex Jones at least lived longer than Rush Limbaugh.
No,
And he's
no,
another jerkwad media figure that could have said something about this or could have endorsed it or whatever.
no. I'm not going to Alex Jones out of this because this is going to be the
Uh,
same type of thing. We're gonna have to try to find the same out. Um, and I don't think that that's the way to go.
all right.
Parents
Then what
Television
do
and Media Council potentially.
what do you like?
You go to Parents Television and Media Council. No, you don't like that. How
That
about
the problem is like something like that. If it were the objection to like sex,
yeah,
then something like that might be more involved. But it's like the objection
yeah,
to
okay.
feminine. I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe feminism is the way to go. I
I
don't
think
know.
it is. I
But
think feminism is our path out of here.
all right then.
That's what I think. Are you willing to do it?
I will go to feminism with you, sir.
All right, hold on. Let me find it again because I've now lost it.
There's one at the top of the article.
Yes, that's the one I was actually looking for because I'm closer to the top of the article, but I can't. There it is. Feminism. Let's go.
All right. Feminism, hooray, is a range of
Feminism.
socio-political movements and ideologies that aim to define and establish the political, economic, personal, and social equality of the sexes.
Yes, indeed.
There we go. All right. Now I'm just looking for like backlash incidents.
That's not a. So I'm looking under reactions. Um, I was looking for like I just jumped to some places on the page here, but they didn't show me what I was hoping to see.
Yeah.
So history, maybe movements and ideologies. Do we think that that's? I mean, it's not going to be. We almost need anti-feminism in order to.
Yeah. Well, and there's an article anti-feminism that is
I see.
that
I
is
see,
linked here.
Yeah, there's the hashtag Me Too is on here. So there's the Me Too movement,
Yeah.
which might be a good path, although that was earlier. But I believe that led directly into Gamergate. I think.
Yeah. I'm just not seeing a lot here on the backlash and reactionary responses to it by closed-minded men
Yeah,
over
oddly enough.
narrow comic book issues.
Yeah, well, I didn't necessarily think that it was going to be on this page, but I did think that there was going to be something related to it, at least. I mean, there has to be. I mean, well, obviously, well, here's YouTube. So you want to go on? You want to go to YouTube now? Because we could.
Where is it?
It is under fourth wave feminism.
Okay.
And I'm looking at a lot of different. There's the 2017 Women's March is again on here. We've got Tumblr, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, feminizing, or feministing, feminizing. I don't know, a feminist blog founded in 2004. There's misogyny is on here.
Ooh, I found a link to male supremacy.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, we got to go through. It's not like we're gonna find a link to Comicsgate under delicious fluffy donuts. Like we got to go through jerks and morons to get there.
Yeah. Feminist literary criticism. Literary criticism informed by feminist theory. That's the opposite of what we need.
Yeah.
It's on here. Stereotyping, objectification, sexual objectification.
Ooh, that could get us into comics.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that it probably could.
Where is that link?
It is under theory. So there's a lot of things, a lot of links under theory. There's a lot of links on this page, first of all. So I'm um trying to get through it all here. I see the male supremacy one that you saw. Gosh, this is tough. What do you think? What
I
do
mean,
you sort of
there's
like out of here? Because I'm still fourth wave feminist movement began in
good God.
2012. What's that?
So I looked under visual arts under the culture section
Hmm.
to see like, oh, maybe there's something about comics or whatnot. And then I couldn't help but be attracted by the link for vulva themed ceramic plates, which does not link to vulva themed ceramic plates, but just the page for vagina. And the image is what you think it is.
Okay. Okay. Well, there you go then.
It was not what I was expecting.
Huh. What were you
Yeah.
expecting?
I was expecting to see a picture of some vulva themed ceramic plates,
Okay. Well, I guess that's fair.
and I was mistaken. And now I guess I have to turn on my private browser mode and Google that.
I, I guess you do.
All right. What do we
Yeah.
like, Matt? What do you like getting out of here?
I mean, I was really hoping to see some sort of like backlash against or and there's like a little bit, but there's just not much. Like,
I'm sure there are, I mean, there was a link to anti-feminism,
well,
which
I mean,
is
maybe that's it.
anti-feminism.
Maybe that's the way to go.
All right. You want to go there?
Sorry, I still haven't gotten all the way to the end. Um, oh, there's a link here for the role of women in speculative fiction.
Okay. Ooh, there's also a link to the men's rights movement,
Oh.
which I feel like nudges us slowly down the red pill path.
Yeah, I kind of like this. This is called women's science fiction. The role of women in speculative fiction has changed a great deal since several aspects. I mean, yeah, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, the challenge about any of these articles that we link to is that they're likely to be pro, positive,
Well,
expansive, as
yeah.
opposed to the reactionary stuff, which is really what we're looking for.
My hope was that you would go to the article. It would have information about the positive, and then it would talk about the backlash to that. Right? That's what I was kind of thinking of. But I guess that's not necessarily going to be the case.
Where is this link?
It's under literature. So if you go all the way down, not to the very bottom, but there's a section called culture, and then it's broken up into a lot of different things like literature and music and things like that.
I'm there.
Under literature, in the 5th paragraph down, the last link is women's science fiction.
Okay.
Now I have no idea. That might be a super short article. I don't have any idea. So it might be anti-feminism might be a better path out. I don't know. I just don't know, Jethro. I just don't know.
Yeah. I feel like we're looking for reactions against women in fiction rather than women in fiction. So
no, I agree. So you want to go to the main article, anti-feminism? Do you think that's feminism?
So that's one route. There's also the men's rights movement, which I feel like could be a way into the rabbit hole of particularly like the online kind of stuff. I'm leaning towards the men's rights movement, although anti-feminism, I guess, could get us there. Although I feel like we're further away than we were when we were at Rush Limbaugh, quite frankly.
Do you? Huh. Well, I don't agree with that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't. In opposition to feminism, anti-feminists. I don't know. I feel like anti-feminism is better. But you know what? You followed me. I will follow you. Which direction you want to go?
I would say men's rights movement.
All right. Men's rights movement it is. MRM.
It's under the See Also section.
Men's rights movement.
Is a branch of the men's movement.
Oh, okay.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Okay.
Misogynistic is linked here.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, they had a split from the men's liberation movement. Good Lord.
there you go.
What is all of this? National Coalition for Men? Oh, boy.
There is links to anti-feminism here. So
well, that's good. That could get us out of here if we need to. The Matrix, Reddit. These things are on here. Online activism. Misogyny, promotion of masculinity. Backlash, counter movement. Oh, that just links you to counter movement.
yeah.
I don't see like these are things about like adoption and child custody, and I don't see a lot of things about like in writing
About comic books.
Yeah. Men's right activists are on here. There's prominent ones. I guess that's a thing. None of them seem to be names that look familiar to me in any way, which I guess is good. Huh.
All right. There's some topics on here I won't mention.
Yep.
It's a fun comedy show.
Oh my gosh.
Here we are.
This is the worst. Okay. Yeah.
So there is a link to male supremacist views, which takes us to supremacism.
I don't think that's the way to go. I would go to anti-feminism before I would go.
All right.
Before I would go there, but I don't see anything on here about. Oh, go ahead.
I see a link to toxic masculinity.
Oh, you do, huh?
I do. It's under the See Also section.
Oh, that's not bad.
Thank you.
That's not too bad. Yeah, that might be the way to go. Yeah, because a lot of this is more like just the types of issues that we're not looking for at this point. So,
yeah.
Where did you see toxic masculinity?
It is under See Also.
Oh, the See Also. Okay.
Yeah, so that's one possibility.
I mean, I like that. I like toxic masculinity, either that or anti-feminism. So those are the two I present to you. What do you think? What do you like better?
I feel like toxic masculinity.
Let's do it.
Probably.
Let's do it.
Where we want to go. All right.
Toxic masculinity. So this is a short page.
Oh no.
Yep. Academic usage. The Right Institute. Good Lord. Gender norms. How about this? Social learning theory. There's a picture of a cartoon, of a comic.
Look at that.
But it's not in there. Health effects, criticism.
I do see a link to alt-right.
Yeah, I see that too.
Come on. It's got Nazi and Confederate flags in the image in the preview.
It does.
Listen, we got to go through horrible people to get to our destination, Matt. You got to make peace with that. It's not an endorsement of their views or anything.
Yeah. No, I know. I understand. I was just hoping it would just be here and we would just be done, but it's not, and we're not. So, all right.
Alt-right?
Yeah. All right.
Alt-right. Here we go.
Oh boy.
So many terrible things. Oh, there is a link to the Gamergate controversy on here, so that's a possibility.
Oh, I see it.
And we're just early on.
Okay.
There's all sorts of terrible stuff here.
So is there more?
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Is there Comicsgate on here? I mean, if
So
Gamergate
many.
is on here, Comicsgate's got to be, right? I mean,
it certainly could be.
just because Gamergate was way more well known doesn't mean that Comicsgate wouldn't be on here. Would it?
Yeah.
Mean that? I see Reddit. I see 4chan.
There is a timeline here. So
Okay.
2014 to 2017, rise in peak popularity. Did he give a year for when Gamergate happened?
He said
when
2017.
Comicsgate?
He said
2017. All right.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Do you see it?
I don't see it off the top of my head, but I'm just slowly scrolling through the section here. 2016, we all know what happened there.
Oh, we sure do.
And basket of deplorables. Turns out Hillary Clinton was spot on.
Yeah, oddly enough.
Yeah.
I see Facebook. I see domestic terrorism linked on here. Good Lord.
There's so many more horrible people. Matt's going to need a nap after this.
A bath or something. I don't know. Some kind of showery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing. Well, unfortunately, this is a very long page also. Anti-Semitism, opposition to neoconservatism, and political correctness. Okay, could it be in this section? Political correctness is on here. I see. Vladimir Putin, anti-feminism and misogyny.
Cultural Marxism.
I see The Handmaid's Tale. What? How is it not in that section? Oh, no.
So this also, the alt-right intersects with the manosphere in online anti-feminist subculture. All right, so manosphere might be a way out.
Yeah, I guess.
You poor dear.
It's just,
you desperately want to get away from this. I can feel it.
It's also terrible. I don't like it. Popular culture, Dragon Ball Z, parody. I see parodies linked on here, huh? Politico. Can we go?
Yeah.
Let's go through those. Oh goodness, there's Pepe the Frog. The use of memes. Oh, good Lord. McDonald's. The 1980s. What? Alt-right mascot, the Moon Man, an unofficial parody of McDonald's 1980s Mac Tonight character.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even know that was a thing. Oh my God. This is a lot. There's a lot here, folks. There's a lot here. And I don't encourage you to drop on by this page.
No, go instead and search for ceramic plates inspired by vulvas. It's a much more wholesome place to go.
Oh, it's going to make you feel better, that's for sure, than this.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Indeed.
Gosh, I don't understand how it's not on this page. There's so much on this page. How is it not here?
Yep.
Oh God, now I'm in the section about violence. Oh my God. Oh, and I'm out of, my drink is gone. I can't even.
All right. So Matt.
Yeah. What do you like?
So I've scrolled down, and as with last week, as if to teach you what an incredibly useful thing it is, I've expanded the external links section.
Have you?
And Comicsgate is listed,
of course,
under events. It is. So Matt, you have to choose. You can choose your purity about the external links category, or you can choose to end it all by allowing the use of an external link, and we get straight to Comicsgate, and it's all over, and you don't have to deal with these terrible people anymore.
Well,
the choice is yours.
As much as I'd like to do,
you want to take the red pill of Comicsgate?
As much as I'd like to do that, Jethro, I can't bring myself to, when we do have the link of Gamergate out of here. And I think that's what I would take before I would take an external link. If that wasn't here, I would go with you, man. But
all right, so you want to go Gamergate controversy?
I do, yeah.
All right, let's do it. Here we go. History, blah blah blah, legacy. See also. I'm going straight to the bottom, and there is a link to Comicsgate right there.
Is there?
In the See Also section, a allowed link Comicsgate is the first thing listed.
There you go. See, I thought that there would be something connected between these two.
Matt, we did it.
All right. So there it is. Comicsgate, all one word. Of course.
Incredible.
Comicsgate. Holy cow. That was painful. That was painful. I didn't like it. I like your friends, Jethro, but good Lord, that suggestion. Whew. I'm gonna need some Viennetta to clear that one out of my.
I tell you what, the fun thing for me is that it's zero problem at all for me to disassociate how horrible these people are and what they think with my ability to weave through their Wikipedia page. And you apparently do not share that ability to disassociate, which probably means you're a better human being in some way, shape, or form. So kudos to you for that. But it's something like, it's one of those things also where like people are like, oh, can you separate the art from the artist? I'm like, yeah, I can enjoy wonderful art made by terrible humans,
yes.
Which in the comedy world is a big plus.
Yeah, no, I can do that.
But yeah,
I can do. It's just reading some of the images and the words and things like that. It's just too much. It's just too much.
I will send you a set of ceramic plates fashioned after Volpas.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That will solve the problem forever.
All right. Well, Jethro, it is time for us to reveal how many it took and what our guesses were. I'm going to turn my camera on so that we can do that because we had our cameras off to save your bandwidth here. It took us 8, Jethro, to get there.
Oh boy,
took us 8.
Oh boy.
It's
a long one.
I guess 7, which would have been right if I had let you take that straight out of Comicsgate, but I didn't. So, did you guess something closer to 8 than 7?
Yes, I did. I guessed 8. And also
I'm throwing my microphone and computer into the river, and
my whole preening about the YouTube thing. My whole preening about the YouTube thing was pure strategy, so it would take us longer to get there because I knew if we went through YouTube, we'd get there quicker.
Unbelievable. I don't believe it. Well, congratulations, man, on winning yet another season. You've yet to lose a season, so you are the ultimate ruler. You've made next week meaningless. So congratulations on that once again.
I like to think I make every week always meaningless.
So there we go. Well, congratulations. I am angry because of what we had to go through, and now I'm angry because I've lost. So I don't know what to say other than we'll be back next week, folks, with no guest. It's just me and Jethro. We'll see which one of us survives as we travel from Comicsgate all the way back to Mantis Shrimp, which was our starting suggestion of the season, for our final episode of season 9. Oh man, I'm gonna miss it despite how angry I am right now.
Well, and wait till you find out that the Mantis Shrimp is an alt-right douchebag.
Oh, I can only hope that that's not true. We'll see you next week, folks.
Cheers.